What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of McDonald's? Red and yellow, right? How about Tiffany & Co.? That iconic Tiffany blue. Colors are everywhere in branding, and it's not just because they're pretty. They are powerful. Colors don't just look good, they make us feel something. They trigger emotions, memories, and even influence our decision without us even realizing it. Why do you think Netflix's deep red makes you want to binge watch? Or why Beyoncé's silver Renaissance era screams bold, futuristic energy? Hey friends, I'm Ana The Marketeer, your friendly neighborhood marketing bestie. I break down the strategies that shape the brands we love so we can learn from them together. If that sounds like your vibe, hit that subscribe button. Today, marketeers, we're diving into the psychology of color and branding and how some of the world's biggest brands and biggest celebrities use color to shape their image and connect with their audience. And don't worry, this isn't just for brands like McDonald's or Netflix. I'll show you how you can use color theory in your own branding as well. Let's get into it. Why color matters in branding. First, let's talk science. Studies show that up to 90% of first impressions are based solely on color. Before we even register a logo or a tagline, we're hit with color. Why? Because colors have a direct line to our emotions. Let's explore how different colors make us feel and why brands carefully choose them to accelerate their branding. So first up, let's look at red. This is the color of energy, urgency, and appetite. It's why brands like McDonald's, Coca-Cola, and Netflix lean heavily into red. It's bold, it grabs your attention, and it gets you excited. It's also been shown to trigger hunger, which is perfect if you're trying to sell fries or soda. Now let's look at yellow, the color of optimism and cheerfulness. Think about Snapchat or IKEA. Yellow makes you feel warm and happy. It's like a little burst of sunshine every time you see it. Then there's blue, which is all about trust and reliability. That's why so many banks and tech companies like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Samsung use blue. It makes you feel safe, like they've got everything under control. Now, green is tied to growth and nature. It's no surprise, Starbucks uses green. It gives you a sense of health and calm, even if their drink is full of sugar like a Frappuccino. Purple is next. It's the color of royalty, luxury, and mystery. Brands like Cadbury and Hallmark use purple to add a touch of elegance to their branding. Black screams power and sophistication. Just think of Chanel or Nike. These brands use black to convey that they're sleek, modern, and timeless. And finally, white. It's clean, simple, and all about minimalism. Apple is a perfect example of this. Their products and packaging give off this effortless, futuristic vibe, and white plays a huge role in that. But it's not just companies that understand the power of color. Celebrities have mastered it too, creating entire eras tied to specific colors. So let's delve into celebrities and their color eras, as I'm going to call it. Now let's switch gears and talk celebrities because they're masters of using color to amplify their brand. Think about Taylor Swift. Her Red album wasn't just a collection of songs, it was an era. Red became synonymous with heartbreak, passion, and power. And even today, her red lipstick has become a staple of her personal brand. Now for another great example, Charli XCX. Her entire aesthetic around her Crash era leaned heavily into neon greens. It felt bold, experimental, and very Charli. It wasn't just a color. It was a mood that set her apart from everyone else in pop at the time. So much so that it became a meme and cultural phenomenon. Now you can't look at that green without thinking about Charli. And of course, we have Beyoncé. For her Renaissance era, she chose silver, a color that screams futurism, elegance, and power. Her tour outfits, album visuals, and even fan outfits at her concerts created a cohesive, shimmering world that felt like stepping into a sci-fi disco. And you might be wondering, why does this work for celebrities? Well, colors help celebs create unforgettable eras, distinct moments in their career that fans can identify instantly. It's not just good branding, it's a way of storytelling through visuals. You could almost say their color acts as their logos during these periods in time. Now, let's look at some case studies here by looking at some iconic brands that have nailed their color psychology. Of course, we can't talk about color psychology without mentioning McDonald's. Their iconic red and yellow aren't just random. They are carefully chosen to create an emotional response. Red makes you hungry and grabs your attention, while yellow adds a layer of happiness and warmth. Together, they make McDonald's feel fast, fun, and satisfying. It's why even as they modernize their interiors with sleek tones, their iconic logo will always stay red and yellow. And our second case study here, looking at Tiffany & Co., that iconic Tiffany blue. That blue is actually trademarked. Yes, it is trademarked blue. Tiffany chose it in the 19th century to stand out in the luxury market. The color evokes exclusivity, timelessness, and trust. When you see that blue box, you don't even need to open it to know it's something special. It's become a visual shorthand for elegance. Our next example, Netflix. So they chose the colors red and black. And Netflix's choice of red builds excitement and passion, perfect for an entertainment brand. Paired with black, it adds a cinematic, almost dramatic touch. The combination feels like you're about to dive into a thrilling escape. It's no wonder they've stuck with this palette as they've grown from a DVD rental service to a global streaming powerhouse. And our last example, Starbucks and green. Starbucks' green logo reflects growth, health, and sustainability. It's calming, welcoming, and ties back to their mission of being a socially conscious, environmentally friendly brand. Even if you're grabbing a sugary frappuccino, green gives you the illusion of making a better choice. So we just touched on some good examples of color psychology. So let's touch on some bad examples of brands not using it correctly so you can have an idea of what not to do. So it can really backfire if a brand gets their color psychology wrong. So let's look at Pepsi's 2009 rebrand. They shifted to a lighter, almost pastel blue logo, which was meant to feel modern and youthful, but instead it confused audiences, made the brand look less trustworthy, and worst of all, didn't stand out next to Coca-Cola's iconic red. After some backlash, Pepsi gradually moved back to a bolder blue, aligning better with their high energy and youthful vibe. And let's look at another example, taking celebrities into account. So Katy Perry, when she released Witness, her sudden pivot to a minimalist black and white aesthetic didn't connect with her fan base, who associated her with bold, colorful, playful visuals. And the result, the era felt disjointed and less impactful. The lesson here, choose your colors wisely. They have to align with your message, your vibe, and your audience's expectations. Now that we've seen how big brands and celebs use colors, how can you apply this to your own brand? Here are a few steps that you can take to discover your color. Step 1, know your brand personality. Start by asking yourself, what's the vibe of your brand? Are you fun and playful like Snapchat, or sleek and luxurious like Chanel? Your color palette should reflect your personality. For example, if you're a fitness coach focused on calm and balance, you might lean towards blues and greens. If you're an edgy artist, maybe bold reds or purples. Step 2, think about your audience. Who are you trying to connect with? What emotions do you want to trigger in them? If you're targeting Gen Z, consider bold, energetic colors like neon pink or green. For a more professional audience, calming blues or neutral tones might resonate better. Remember, the colors that speak to your audience will shape how they see you. Step 3, create consistency. Once you've chosen your palette, stick to it everywhere. Your website, social media, logo, and even packaging should all reflect the same color story. Consistency is key because it helps build recognition, just like how we instantly associate Tiffany blue with luxury. Step 4, test it out. You're not sure which color works best? Test them. Create mock-ups of your logo or branding materials in different color schemes, then get feedback from your audience or friends. Use A/B testing on social media. Post similar content in different palettes and see what resonates. Step 5, tell a story with your colors. This is the most important part. Your colors aren't just decoration. They're storytelling tools. For instance, Beyoncé's silver Renaissance era wasn't random. It symbolized the bold, futuristic energy of the album. Ask yourself, what's the story your brand is telling through its colors? Color isn't just a design choice, it's a strategy. Whether you're a global brand like McDonald's, a jewelry empire like Tiffany, or a pop icon like Beyoncé, color has the power to shape how people feel, think, and even act. And here's the kicker. You can do this too. Your brand, whether it's a business, a personal project, or just your social media, can use color to make a statement, connect with people, and tell your story. So, what's your color? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more insights into the fascinating world of branding and marketing. Until next time, marketeers, stay bold, stay creative, and remember, the world's your palette.